Welcome to the Community Difference Plano. Powered by the Difference Media LLC. And hosted by Nathan Smith with Enfuego Financial. And sponsored by Home Smart Stars. PVJ Mortgage. Gaston Investments. Jim Thomas, Business Consulting and Funding. Diane Castle with Castle to Castle. Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators. Assia Mahmood with Windhaven Academy. And by Lauren Gill with My Live, Love, Travel.
The Community Difference Plano was created to serve as a platform for local leaders and business professionals to showcase their expertise, values, and commitment to their community. Overall, the podcast aims to create a stronger sense of community in North Texas by highlighting the often overlooked or unnoticed good work being done by local leaders, businesses, and professionals.
So sit back and relax as our host, co-host, and their guests share inspirational stories, experiences, thoughts and insights about being a professional along with the opportunities for our businesses to serve our communities in very special ways. Because the Community Difference Plano starts now.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Community Difference Plano, a podcast firmly rooted at the intersection of business development and community involvement. I am your host, Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group, where we empower individuals to live life on fire and where we coach aspiring entrepreneurs on how to fire their boss, right? Maybe you feel that way today as you're listening. We're dedicated to inspiring and igniting ambition. On today's show, we're going to be wrapping up the month of April. Throughout April, we've been exploring the role of innovation and creativity in driving growth and success for local businesses. We're going to conclude that theme today in our third segment. So let's dive on in. We've got a full plate of amazing guests and co-hosts today. Let's start right off the bat here. Someone who's passionate about fun, experiences, and culture. She's excited to partner with you to create lifelong memories through travel. Owner of My Live, Love, Travel, Miss Lauren Gill. Lauren, good morning to you.
Good morning, Nathan. How are you?
I am just great. I am just doing great. Excited to be here middle of the week and a lot of good things happening. What's new with you?
You know, I've got a son who's getting ready to graduate from college, so we're headed to Lubbock this weekend to attend his ring ceremony, and then next week I'm in the Dominican Republic exploring properties, so I can serve my clients even better.
Well, we'll pray for you when you're in a sad, unexciting vacation destination.
Right, thank you. It is work. I have to walk and tour and do all the things.
But I mean, I'm so sad for you. I hate that for you. So I hope our listeners are sensing the sarcasm there. What a fantastic thing you get to do. Also, the owner of Windhaven Academy in Plano, child care center for 0 to 5 years old, with an extreme focus on nutrition, health, and safety, as well as parent communication and early education for the modern family. Also, a huge advocate for female entrepreneurship. Please welcome Assia Mahmood to the show. Good morning.
Hello. Hi. Thank you, Nathan.
It is a pleasure. It is a pleasure. How is your week going so far? Anything new happening?
Going great. It's been a kind of a fun, I don't want to say easy week, just always packed with stuff. I mentioned that Lauren has gotten me my vacation booked for next month, so I'm super excited, and I want to hear about the Dominican Republic too when you get back. So
Absolutely.
That'll be her next vacation.
Right.
That's right.
That'll be her next vacation for sure. So that's exciting. Well, as you guys may know, Lauren and Assia are our co-host today. They're on. Lauren will eventually be on the first week, but she's just too busy traveling all over the world, so we had to move her schedule around a little bit. But starting, she'll be second week next in May, and then she'll be back on the first week starting in June. So, but Assia is here holding down the fourth week with us, and we'll start introducing some of our guests today. The activation coordinator for the partnership meeting for FC Dallas. He works with sponsors to make sure their contracts are fulfilled and managing the FCD Mobile Sponsorship Marketing Tour, which sounds that's a mouthful. From FC Dallas, please welcome Aidan Casarez. Aidan, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. How's it going, guys? Thanks. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's going really well. You and I connected at the what did we connect at? We connected
Texas
at the
Forever Fest.
Texas Fest, Forever Fest. Exactly. Yeah. That's awesome. And so just, talked to you a little bit about what we're doing and said, hey, we'd love to have you on the show. And here we are, and we'll see what comes of that. So it's exciting. What are you most looking forward to today?
Today, just getting some work done. I got an intern coming in later, so we'll kind of, once she gets here, we'll hit the ground running, kind of get ready for the game this weekend, and we'll see. Interns
are awesome. I know our producer Lyndon. He needs to shop at the intern store. That make his life a lot. Am I wrong, Lyndon? I think that would be helpful for you.
It'd be great. I need one. I need 3 or 4.
3 or 4, all of them. Just bring all the interns. Okay. And then also from Bluebird Design Company, born and raised right here in Plano, passion for home staging, home organization, interior decorating. Please welcome Vanessa Harrell. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Did I just butcher the last name?
It's Harrell. It's Harrell. Very exciting. Harrell.
I practiced so much, and I'm like, I felt confident, but that's okay. I should have asked you in the pre-show.
It feels fancier that way, so I like it.
Well, first of all, what can you tell us about Assia? I know I'm just kidding. We're not gonna do that.
I would love to talk about Assia.
Well, give us a little bit about yourself. What you're excited about being on the show today.
So like you said, I am born, raised here in Plano. I was born at Medical Center of Plano before it was Medical City Plano. I mean, OG. Born, raised here. I live in the neighborhood I grew up in, a block over from my childhood home. So Plano is super special to me. I'm really excited to be on a podcast. I've never been on a podcast. Avid podcast listener, and a huge fan, advocate, and friend of Assia. So I'm just really grateful for the opportunity to be here today.
Well, that's awesome. We're glad you're here. And also in the residential interior design field, really in the DFW area for 20 years. She, too, is an avid traveler, probably why she's friends with Lauren, enjoys outdoor activities and really uses her adventures to inspire her design. Please welcome from Jen Tennell Interiors, Miss Jen Tennell. How are you?
Hi, doing well. Thank you for having me. How are you today?
We are just fantastic. So how long have you known Lauren?
Since our oldest children were 5, so and they are 22.
Oh, that's
so
a long time.
It's been a long time. Yeah.
Okay. Have y'all traveled together?
We have.
Okay. That's
domestically, good. Not internationally yet.
Well, there's still time. There's plenty of time.
Yes.
So give us a quick, and I'm going to ask Vanessa the same thing because we'll dive deeper into this. We got a couple minutes before our break, but just give us 30 seconds on how you got into your field and in the design world.
So I have an art and design background from college, and I started off in commercial construction, hospitality design, which was not really my passion. I like the relationships that I develop with my clients in the residential side. So I made a switch to residential in 2001, I think. So, and I've been in the residential space in this area ever since then. So,
Vanessa, what about you?
So real estate is the only industry I've ever been in. And I kind of got my start helping with an office renovation. I worked for a title company for a super long time and kind of helped finish that out. And one of my clients asked if I would jump in and stage one of her properties. And so I started doing that on nights and weekends while working full time before I made the transition in 2022 with my business partner, Kristen. And we formally founded Bluebird Design Company. And now that's my full-time job.
Awesome. Well, we have one of our co-hosts had some technical difficulties. We are going to able to get her on. Let's bring on Sonya with Gaston Investments. Sonya, how are you doing?
I'm great.
Looking good as always. Sorry you had the technical difficulties.
It's okay. I'm learning.
That's okay. I know that's frustrating. And then let's bring on Chris, award-winning Dallas realtor broker here for the last 20 years, over 150 YouTube videos, voted 6 times best realtor in Dallas by D Magazine. Chris, good morning to you, sir. How are you?
Fantastic. How are you?
I'm just excited to be here with all you guys and looking forward to connecting. When we come back, we're going to go on our break here in just a moment. And when we come back, we're going to dive into our What's Up Plano segment. I know we've got a lot of co-hosts and guests that are going to share some things as far as some events that are going on. We want to get that out to our listeners and really bring the things that are happening that are concerning our guests and our citizens here. So we'll dive into our What's Up Plano segment. We'll get a little love to our sponsors, and we'll be right back. So stick around on the Community Difference Plano.
The Community Difference Plano is made possible by Nathan Smith with Enfuego Financial, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Jim Thomas, business consultant and business funding expert, Brenda Thompson with Home Smart Stars, Sonya Lowery with Gaston Investments and Development, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Assia Mahmood with Windhaven Academy, Lauren Gill with My Live Love Travel, and by Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready?
Because it's time for
What's Up Plano?
That's right. What's Up Plano, where we talk about all the things, topics, news, events, businesses that are opening, hirings, construction projects, anything that is pertinent to our local community. We just want to put a spotlight on things that are happening, things that are necessary to make sure everybody is aware of. And today we've got a couple of exciting things that are happening, a couple of big events as well. And so we want to share that. I'm going to start with Lauren. Plano is branded itself as a city of excellence, and from the school districts on up to the leadership, I think you really see that. And there's some exciting things happening in Plano Independent School District. So give us a little update on what's happening there.
Yeah, absolutely. With our topic being innovation, and I came across this update regarding what Plano is going to be offering middle schoolers. I just knew I had to bring it to the Community Difference. So essentially, middle schoolers are going to have an 8-period schedule starting next school year, and this will allow them to dive into another elective. They're going to add more fine arts and athletics options for 6th graders, which is generally an age group that doesn't get to experience quite as much of that in the middle school realm. And then they are also going to be doing a half-day kind of What's My Future event for 6th graders, so that they can explore colleges and career options post high school. So really diving into being forward thinking and then providing them with some opportunities to try some new things and have a richer, more robust middle school experience, which is pretty exciting.
I think that's really neat because you have a lot of kids that get into college and don't have a clue what they want to do, and they end up getting a degree that does nothing, and then they come out owing $150,000 for something that doesn't really help them out. So hopefully this will mitigate some of that and really help hone people in, whether maybe they don't need college, maybe they need a trade or something like that would be more beneficial, or they want to be entrepreneurs. I mean, so that's really exciting. I'm glad to see Plano doing that. Speaking of things that's happening in Plano, there's some new construction coming along at Children's Hospital that's very important. Assia has the details for that story.
Yeah, thank you, Nathan. I am super excited because, although I'm not part of it, I'm excited that it's
okay.
happening.
You can be excited about whatever you want to be. That's fine.
I recently joined the Women's Auxiliary, which is with the Children's Hospital of Plano, and they have some fun stuff that they do all throughout the hospital. But one of the cool things that we're going to be doing on Friday is they've opened it up for kind of a private hard hat tour that we'll be taking of their new tower that they're making. It's like a 395,000 square foot tower. They're adding, I think it's 140 new beds. They're doubling the size of the emergency room. So it's just an amazing project to see in the works. Obviously, we have the Children's Medical Center in Dallas, and this Collin County one, I think, has been there since 2006. So for them to be expanding so quickly, the need is obviously there. And for us to have such a large, awesome specialty hospital here in Collin County in Plano, it really is. I mean, it's a blessing, and it's just a wonderful thing to have for our families so they don't have to go all the way to Dallas. And obviously, we know the importance of getting care quickly in an emergency room. So for them to be able to double the size of that, it's so amazing to see. So I'm excited about that hard hat tour. I'll take some pictures and videos if I can, and then share them hopefully next time.
What's the timeline on that? Do you know, like when they expect it to be?
It's supposed to be opening late 2024, so late this year. They're supposed
okay,
to
good.
Yeah.
Well, that's exciting. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we've been talking on previous shows about all the different areas of Plano that really offer vibrant community life. Obviously, we're all excited about the Collin Creek project that's coming up soon. But one of them that's been around for a long time that has been a kind of staple of family and or nightlife, depending on what age you are, is the Legacy area, the Legacy West. And there's some exciting things happening there coming up soon that Sonya is going to share with us.
Yes, absolutely. So the Renaissance Hotel, they are doing a cocktail wizardry called Shake It Up. So you'll go in and, you have a friend or a couple's night, and you'll make 2 to 3 signature cocktails with the master mixologies of the Renaissance Hotel. So they do it on the last Thursday of every month at 7:00. And you have to RSVP, and it's $45 per person. But if you're looking for somewhere to go to have a little bit of fun, learn how to make some new drinks, it's the place to go. Legacy West at Renaissance Hotel.
And give us the dates again one more time.
It's the last Thursday of every month at 7 p.m. It's called Shake It Up, Sip into Spring.
Shake It Up, Sip into Spring. Anything that has to do with sipping, I'm in. Usually, that's like there's the Salt the Rim event coming up in May 4th in downtown Plano. That's the margarita thing, which I'm excited about. So that's awesome.
Yes.
And then Aidan, we've got Aidan with FC Dallas here. There's a huge family environment out there at the Toyota Stadium, but some really cool things happening this coming Saturday. Tell us about that.
Of course, yeah. So this Saturday, we're going to be hosting the Houston Dynamo for our home match. And then after the game, we're going to be having a drone show. The theme that night will be cartoon night. So it'll be a cartoon-themed drone show. Definitely a good time for families to come out, watch a soccer game, and have a nice little entertainment opportunity afterwards. So, and we're in full swing in the season. So we're going till October. So if you miss this one, don't worry. There's going to be a lot more games to come for you to try and make it out and catch another one. So.
I want to add to Aidan real quick, Nathan. If you want to see a wonderful soccer game when FC Dallas play Houston Dynamo, because I do security out there for them. I mean, the people, it's packed. I mean, we're talking 22,000. It completely sells out. It's the best game when they play Houston Dynamo and LA Galaxy. Those are the best games. So don't miss it. I'm telling you, get out there if you can.
Assia, I know you're going.
That's right. That's
Saturday.
Right. We actually have a big group going, so I'm excited. My daughter's whole soccer team is coming, so we're going to have a good time.
Oh, you're going to love it because Houston bring all of their fans. All of them.
Yeah, they're crazy, but they'll show up, yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Hopefully it continues to grow like the Rangers-Astros rivalry. It'll get to that big, so... Yeah. That's awesome. Well, I'll wrap us up here before we go to break in just a moment. We talked about this last week, but there's the Back the Blue golf tournament. Obviously, we all want to honor and just thank our members of the first responders, but specifically the police that put their life on the lines daily. Right? Some days are really simple. Some days could be their last, unfortunately, and that's a very scary thing and something to be very thankful for. So the Back the Blue golf tournament, May 6th. 10 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. It's at Prestonwood Golf Club. That's in Dallas, 15909 Preston Road, Dallas, Texas. And it's really not only Plano residents but surrounding residents. Get your foursome. Get out there. There's still open spots. It's $225 for a foursome. There's going to be a silent auction, which is really fun. You just kind of get your tickets. You drop them in the item that you want and figure out at the end of the day who won that. Lunch will be at 11, and then there'll be a shotgun start right at noon. So find yourself an A, B, C, and D player. If you don't know what you are, you're probably the D player. Just putting that out there. If you've never been in a golf tournament foursome before, so that's a really good cause, and you can check that out if you'll go to just the Plano Magazine website. It's right there on the front, or you can obviously search the Back to Blue Golf Tournament online and find it really quite simply. So when we come back, we will jump into our topic. We're again, that'll be the last week of this topic as we look forward to May. But our topic for the month, of course, is the role of innovation and creativity in driving growth and success for local businesses. So we'll show some love to our sponsors. When we come back, we'll all dive in collaboratively as we discuss this topic together. So stick around. We'll be right back on the Community Difference Plano.
And now a word from a few of our amazing sponsors that make the Difference Radio, live stream, and podcast network possible.
Are you searching for fast, reliable, and affordable heating and air solutions in the Wiley, Sac C, Murphy, Garland, Rowlett, Lavon, Richardson, Plano, and Allen areas of Texas? Then look no further than Martin Heating and Air LLC. With over 15 years of experience, our team is dedicated to providing top-notch service tailored to your specific needs. Don't let a broken HVAC unit ruin your comfort. Call us today at 469-380-9864 or visit our website to schedule an appointment. Martin Heating and Air LLC, your trusted partner for all your heating and air conditioning needs.
JP Direct Health offers affordable health insurance solutions for individuals, families, and small businesses specializing in custom coverages to fit your needs and budget. JP Direct Health offers comprehensive benefits, including PPO health plans, accident and critical illness coverage, dental and vision, health matching accounts, along with telehealth at no cost per call. Call JP Direct Health today to learn more about how we can help you protect your health and your budget.
Do you want your home or office to sparkle? Then call Elite Diamond Cleaning today. From basic cleaning to deep cleaning, and using only the highest quality cleaning products and equipment, your satisfaction is guaranteed. Our team of experienced cleaners will work quickly and efficiently to clean every nook and cranny, taking care of all the details so you don't have to. With a variety of pricing options to fit any budget, you can be sure that you are getting the best possible price. Call Elite Diamond Cleaning today at 214-300-9876 to schedule a free estimate. Your home and office is a diamond. Let us get it out of the dust.
Frisco Fighters prepare to reach new heights at Comerica Center this spring. From competitive matchups to exciting theme nights, you won't want to miss a second of the action. Join us and experience high-scoring, hard-hitting indoor football that's fun for the whole family to enjoy. Visit FriscoFighters.com for game highlights, tickets, or to reserve your spot at the Tarmac Tailgate Party. Frisco Fighters, fly with us.
Are you looking to buy a home? The process can be daunting, but it doesn't have to be. With the help of a qualified loan officer like Paul Fisher, you can get the financing you need and get into your dream home. Paul Fisher, a direct local lender with Certainty Home Lending, has many years of experience helping people buy homes. He's knowledgeable, experienced, and he'll work with you to find the best loan for your needs. Contact Paul Fisher today to get started on your home buying journey. He'll help you every step of the way, so you can relax and focus on finding your dream home. Visit www.loansbyfisher.com or call 817-308-7361 to schedule a consultation with Paul. MLS number 2018111.
Now back to the show.
Welcome back. We're going to jump right in here. The role of innovation and creativity in driving growth and success for local businesses. I'd like to start by just kind of posing a question to everyone. When you hear the term innovation or even creativity, innovation and creativity, what does that mean to you in your specific space, in your business, your industry, et cetera? I could call on somebody, but I'll let somebody jump out and boldly take the first step there.
I would just say social media, which is what everybody uses basically nowadays, from TikTok to Instagram, Facebook, even LinkedIn. So there's a variety of them that you can utilize to help advance your business. I'm not a tech person in regards to social media, but I'm getting there, and it can be a really good tool. So I think that the more you get out there and utilize it and learn, educate yourself on it first, so you know the ins and outs of it, it can really advance your businesses.
Yeah, you said something, interesting, because social media is obviously innovative in some sense, but now it's kind of become the mainstream. So if everyone is doing it, then how do we innovate beyond just being on social media? Because I think that's where a lot of people make the mistake is they want to get on social media. They don't have a strategy. They don't have a way to differentiate themselves in the midst of a crowd of people that are already on social media. Chris, let me ask this question to you. Obviously, being in the real estate industry, you see a lot of social media. You see a lot of different realtors and whatnot trying to make their mark in the social media world to help their business grow, et cetera. But there is, in some capacity, kind of a lack of innovation. You see a lot of people doing the same things. And so what do you do personally, or what do you coach your people on to make a difference, to be creative in that space where, that would at least come across as innovative, I guess, where they're doing something everybody else is doing and they're not doing it in the same way that everybody else is doing it. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult. I've been doing pretty much the same thing for years, except every single time I do it, it's just a little bit different. And I try to coach my people to be more narrow on what they're doing. So you can't just be like, oh, I'm just going to, advertise for first-time home buyers. Well, like, you need to narrow that down to first-time home buyers in, let's say, Collin County or Plano, or, a particular location, or whatever it is that you're doing. Just kind of narrow that down a little bit, so people kind of see you as an expert in that particular area or that particular field. And then narrowing it down so, like, when somebody does look for something in, let's say, Plano, they're going to be like, oh, I know that person, Chris Bentley. I saw a video with him, showing off an amazing house, and like, he would be perfect. So it's just a matter of, like, kind of just catering it to your specific needs and what you're looking for.
Well, Jen and Vanessa, to both of you ladies, you're in the same industry in some capacity, kind of different sides of the coin. But by nature, your industry is a creative endeavor. But how do you stay atop of I don't want to say competition, because it's not really competition in that regard. It's just how do you do things that are innovative in that space that would stand out from maybe someone else that's doing the same thing that you guys are doing? Does that make sense? I'll start with you, Jen.
Well, for me, because I do a lot of residential new construction and renovations, really attending trade shows, the National Kitchen and Bath shows, being updated on what the newest technology for homes are. You're surprised constantly by what's available in the home space for clients with regards to audiovisual technology, even things like plumbing fixtures, just things you wouldn't even think of. And it's really important to educate yourself on what the new and upcoming options are for your homeowners, because they rely on us to bring that information to them. So for me, it's just a lot of research and a lot of attending of different trade shows and markets, things like that. So,
Vanessa, what about you?
I agree wholeheartedly with everything that Jen said. On the home staging side of things, we definitely put an emphasis on staying current with the real estate market in the DFW area, not just, and as a whole too, as a nation, but really in our hyper local market. And then what are people connecting with design wise? What are the trends? When we stage a home, our whole goal is to create an emotional connection with as many buyers as possible. So what is current? What do people want to see in the design of a home, in the features of a home? So we put a lot of emphasis on making sure that we do our research. We listen to what the realtor's goals are, what the homeowner's problems and goals are, so that we can align our marketing strategy with theirs so that we can get to that same end goal.
There may be few industries like y'all's that has that immediate connection at the end of, because if I sell a product and I buy that product, somebody buys that product, I don't really know if they liked it or if they're happy. In our services in the financial world, there's a little more connectiveness there where you get to see somebody succeed. But in your industry, like, the end product is the space that they live in, right? Mm-hmm. And even in Chris's, that's the home that they live in. So you get that immediate either good or bad, right? Of what's going to happen. And I say that all that to say that, we've talked about this before, a point that Lyndon has brought up. It's our clients, our customers, our people that really, if we pay attention to them, they're the ones that are going to show us the areas that we need to innovate, the areas that need to be more creative, more focus needs to be given to. And probably no more true than in y'all's industry in that regard. Aidan, to you guys, obviously sports franchise, sports team, you're bringing in families, you're bringing in people. The whole drone show idea, that's pretty creative in and of itself from an innovative standpoint. Last time I saw a drone show was like that Super Bowl with Lady Gaga like 4 years ago. Hopefully it'll be like that. Maybe, I don't know. But what are some things that you guys are doing, or you specifically, what do you try to keep kind of the forefront of your mind when you're thinking, what are the things that I need to do to continue bringing awareness to this team, bringing sponsors in, bringing dollars in, bringing people, butts in the seats, et cetera, things like that?
No, great question. You kind of hit a point right there. We're a smaller team in the DFW area, despite us being a major league organization. We're in probably one of the most saturated markets when it comes to sports. It's crazy that we got the Dallas Cowboys across the street, the Stars, the Rangers. So soccer's not at the forefront, especially in Texas right now. So part of what we do that's a bit more innovative is us going to those community events and doing a lot more community outreach to put more of a name to an organization, name to a face, or name to an organization, rather than, doing what the Cowboys do. They're always going to have that. Their fandom is national, international. We don't have the luxury of that yet. So we are focused on our community. We're going to those events that I met you at, that Texas Forever Fest in Plano. We're going to, elementary schools, kind of just showing our presence there, getting kids to kick a ball into an inflatable goal, things like that. And it does make a difference because you're getting those kids and they're like, hey, mom and dad, I saw this. I got to kick a soccer ball. Let's go to a game. And then, like a couple of you guys said, y'all finally made it to y'all's first game. And, that's all we need from it. And the second part after that is just, how are we engaging with our fans? How are we, making sure that the experience was great and entertaining? That way we can get you guys to come back and be fans of not just soccer, but of FC Dallas just in specific. So.
Yeah, you said something really interesting. And I think this is where, in general, a lot of times people fail in business is they're waiting for people to come to them, right? And you can't do that. You're being proactive. I love what you said. We're going out and meeting people. We're going where the people are. In fact, I have a meeting with one of our other co-hosts from another show today, and we're doing some collaboration on how we can drive business together. And one of the things I'm going to talk about is, hey, where are some areas where people exist that we both need? Okay, well, how do we talk about getting there personally, or marketing to that group, or finding those relationships? And I love what you said, because I think that is a big key. And it's not so much where you can just, because everybody's getting marketed, everybody's getting mailed and emailed and social media and message and all this stuff. So how do you differentiate yourself? Well, you go out there and you meet them in person. I mean, I was talking to Lyndon the other day. There's still no substitute for a good old-fashioned relationship, right? And social media and AI and all those can expand and make those easier to acquire, and can do some of the legwork for you. But at the end of the day, you want to be where the people are that you want to interact with, either at a virtual presence or a physical presence. So I think that's a really, really good point. Assia, in your industry, there are a ton of child care facilities, and a ton of them that are terrible. So how did you, we won't name any names, but you obviously saw, you took over an existing facility, totally redid it. You said it not even recognizable. But you obviously saw a need for doing something different. Brian Decker, shout out from Rockwell. How you doing, Brian? You saw a need for doing something different. Innovative, something that the market really was kind of clamoring for, or maybe didn't even realize they needed, which is really, really innovative. Walk us through that process, and really actually a little bit of detail on what you're doing differently from other child care centers, or et cetera.
Sure. So for me, one of the reasons I even got into childcare was because of my daughter. And so as a parent, I knew what my pain points were, and I had her in childcare. So I kind of knew what I wanted to do differently. And some of those things were, of course, you mentioned the nutrition. For me, I felt like, wait a minute, we're still offering foods like we had when we were children, but the research has changed so much over the years that we know better. And so we should be doing better. Our kids are at school for a good majority of their day. So that was a big thing for me, is to make sure that we're offering, especially when it comes to fruits and vegetables. First off, I wanted to offer fresh fruits and vegetables. That was something that just doesn't happen most places. And then make those organic, do organic dairy, bring in things that are kid friendly, but still are actually nourishing them. I feel like taking care of children is my responsibility with this school, but doing so also includes how we're feeding them. So that's a big part of what we're doing. And then parent communication was a big thing for me. As far as making sure that parents are involved in their day-to-day. I say this all the time, but with social media, you can see now what your neighbor ate for breakfast. So I don't know why we don't have more insight into what's going on in our child's school day. I know that parents feel great about knowing what's going on and staying in touch with the teacher and having that communication and those pictures and stuff throughout the day. So that was something that was important to me and based on what I had seen with my own child. So for me, innovation came from, okay, these are my pain points as a parent, and I'm going to try to present these in a different way than has been done for so long. And I will say, I mean, there is a level when you are innovating, there's a level of just kind of almost doubting yourself for a little bit too. Like, I know that I think that this is awesome, but is the market going to see this as awesome? I think that what I'm offering is different, but are other people going to see it? And I do feel like initially when you are innovating, it's like that kind of cricket feeling of like, are people hearing this? Are people seeing this? But staying consistent, making sure that you stick with what you believe is different. Because a lot of times as business owners, when you start out and you're not seeing that cash coming in immediately, you get nervous and then you look around at your competitors and you're like, well, maybe I should do it like them, or maybe I should do it like them. And that can actually cause you to decrease the amount of innovation that you're bringing to the industry. So I feel like just staying true to what your mission is, what you know as a consumer, because most business owners have been consumers of their own services. So knowing that, hey, this is how I would want to do it differently or see it differently, and stay consistent with that, stay true to yourself, trust the process, and stick with it. And I think once you see your innovation be successful, that you tend to want to innovate more and bring more new things to the table rather than looking out for what other people are doing. And I did also just want to mention on another note that you had said about Vanessa's industry, how you get like that immediate reaction. I've had Vanessa work on my home with organization for my playroom and my pantry, and that immediate reaction was amazing. So I will say that
thank you.
That feeling was incredible. My kids walked into the house and they were like, oh my God, we live here. Like, this is amazing. So that was definitely a wonderful feeling at the end of that, and it has stuck. So I'm really glad with how that went.
So you do organization as well as home. Okay, that's good to know, because my wife might need to talk to you.
Yes, please.
She might make me talk to you. I don't know. Figure that out. So Lauren, in the travel industry, obviously you're not creating new places necessarily, but you're adding them to the repertoire, and obviously you're going to view to the Dominican Republic to look at some properties here soon. And there's obviously technological innovations that make the process of booking things easier, but that kind of comes with every territory from in that industry. So what do you do to make the experience unique and innovative that maybe you've discovered that is, allows you to stand out? Because, between you and I know someone else that's part of Live, Love, Travel. I've never had anybody that's booked a trip with either of y'all that have not just been blown away. So what was it that you're doing to stand out innovatively, if that's a word? Is that a word? I don't know. In your industry?
Yeah, I love the question. And I don't know that this is necessarily innovative or especially creative, but I really lean into the service piece of it. Any field, right? Things can easily be commoditized, and I want to eliminate that when it comes to that travel experience. So for example, I had a client who at 1:30 in the morning, they're on their way to Italy, had their transfer company call to say that they had canceled their transfer. because they couldn't find a driver. And so I hopped out of bed.
Man.
I really wanted to hear the end of that.
I really wanted to hear the end of the story. Lauren's been having some router issues, so we'll hopefully pick up that story in our next segment when we do a deeper dive. We got about 5 minutes before our break. Chris, I want to come back to you. What are some areas or really creative endeavors, let's put it that way, that you've applied to your business or to your team that you feel is really differentiating you in your space? Obviously, being recognized 6 times by D Magazine, you're obviously doing something right, because there are a ton of realtors and brokers in Dallas. What is it that you're either working on or you feel you've directly done that has kind of made that difference, put you above the rest of your field there?
I mean, I just do a little differently in terms of the brokerage and how we run it. Like, it's more of a sales company than anything, and I do more hand holding and coaching more than a lot of other brokerages do. I don't want to name any names, but with innovation and stuff like that, there's always different things to like kind of come up with, and a lot of the stuff that I come up with is just trial and error and stuff that I try and see if it works. I'm trying a lot of different things, like live events as well, that like I can invite people to, instead of, I used to do a lot of networking events and host networking groups and stuff like that. I have my own still, and it's just, I always found that would be something really fun, because just like the FC Dallas stuff where people come out and kick a ball, like it's just the same thing as like you get to actually meet the person live and see what it's like to, walk in their shoes and ask questions and stuff like that. So like, that's just something that we've been doing. We just lost some power. But yeah, it's just, that's one of the creative things that we've been working on.
Well, you said something interesting, because you're talking about hand holding and really helping people really understand the industry. I think that's been a big problem with the real estate industry for a long time, is, depending on the brokerage, and we won't name anybody, but you get your license and it's kind of like, hey, good luck, go sell some homes.
Yep.
And so to be innovative in that space didn't really require some great technological, find or creative endeavor. It was just really about, hey, what if we trained our people a little bit better? What if we gave them a little leg up, to a head start here? And sometimes it's that easy, and just seeing like, hey, where's the gaps in what we want? And we have high turnover. Real estate industry has some high turnover. What are some areas where we can kind of mitigate that? And that's just as innovative and creative as, some great technological advance. I think people think of innovation and their mind goes to the technological side or technology. And obviously that's a great thing. We're all learning to use AI in different ways that are going to help us. But sometimes it's just a little tweak that your competitor or someone else in your industry isn't doing, or a simple oversight. And again, you can discern these by paying attention to what's actually happening. What are your clients, customers saying? What's happening with your team? What are your employees saying? They're going to give you the insights to where the changes need to happen. Let's go back to Vanessa. What are some things from a creative standpoint that you're working on, or that you're really excited about, that's going to take you guys kind of to the next level?
So we are doing so many things because we wear all the hats. So one day we could be focusing on our social strategy, and we're just trying to get really comfortable with being on camera, doing more reels, just being authentic and present, and just, there's no idea that's too crazy. Throw it out there, see if it resonates with your audience, and just roll with it. So it's been hard, but also fun to kind of move past that imposter syndrome and just be authentically yourself, and know that you do have the professional accreditations to be in this space. You offer a service and a product that is mind-blowingly amazing. So just getting comfortable with that. We're working on getting certified to teach like a CE class. We've taught classes on staging before, but we can actually get certified so that it can count for credit for real estate agents. They have to take certain continuing education classes, which are not always the most fun topics, contracts, et cetera. But if we can offer a topic that's a little bit more engaging, like staging and organization and just some tips and tricks without giving away the whole secret sauce of our business per se, we've had really good feedback from the classes we have done. So we're working on getting it CE certified right now.
If you can come up with a continuing education class that's fun and engaging, that is innovative in and of itself.
Yes.
That's yeah. Well, Jen, take us to break. Jen, what are some things creatively that you guys are working on that you're excited about that are going to kind of bring a new, fresh approach to the industry, or with your clients, what you're doing?
Well, we're leading pretty heavily into AI right now, which is very unusual in a creative field that I'd say is a bit, hands-on and not so technical a lot of times.
Sure.
But what we're finding is that utilizing all of those developing AI technologies through a lot of the different softwares and things that we use, it really frees us up to be more hands-on with our clients and really automating processes that maybe aren't our strengths, so that we can really spend more time serving our clients, being more present in face-to-face with our clients. And that's huge. And a lot of people, I don't think, really understand the value of that and really what it could bring to small businesses and local businesses, because I think people think, okay, well, AI is going to replace human. For us, it replaces the things that we're not so great at to free us up to really focus heavily on our clients and the things that we are good at. So that's a big thing that my firm's doing right now.
Well, I hope that's what AI does. I think that it's either that or it ends up like Skynet. Those are kind of the concerns.
Yeah.
We don't want the latter. So, what's up, Paul? We saw Paul pop in from he's one of our hosts in Frisco and Wiley show. Glad you're popping in to listen. When we come back, we're going to go to break here. When we come back, we'll get to know our guest at a little bit deeper level, talk about some things, get their story, understand why they love being a part of this Plano community. So stick around. We'll be right back with the Community Difference.
At the Community Difference Business Development Alliance, powered by the Difference Media, LLC, our mission is to empower small business owners by transcending acceptable behaviors and outcomes into exceptional realms. We foster a culture of self-awareness, accountability, and proactive engagement, guiding individuals to recognize and overcome indifference towards transformative actions, habits, behaviors, and processes driving meaningful change. Through strategic networking, impactful content creation, and innovative top-of-mind strategies, we cultivate brand relevance and differentiation, enabling our partners and the Difference community to stand out in crowded markets. With a focus on building authentic connections, amplifying brand presence, and driving sustainable growth, we equip entrepreneurs with the tools and mindset to navigate the complexities of entrepreneurship with confidence, innovation, and resilience. Together, we aim to be the catalyst for difference makers, propelling them towards their highest potential and leaving a lasting impact on their businesses and communities. That's where our community podcasts come in. These podcasts lie directly at the intersection of innovative business development and community involvement, helping to bridge the gap between small business obscurity often seen in our communities. The community-based podcasts called the Community Difference Series are an integral part of integrating all facets of modern business development into a package of great content, positive impact branding, and top-of-mind presence, thus fulfilling the greater mission we set forth. When we set out to be difference makers, we can learn to make a difference and find the success and impact innately desired by all business owners and entrepreneurs. We are difference makers.
All righty, welcome back. We want to take a moment to get to know our guests and our co-host, to dive in a little bit deeper. And I'll start with Chris. What is it specifically, Chris, that drew you to the Plano community, obviously the larger North Texas community, and to your profession specifically? Let's start there.
I really like it in Plano. It's my favorite. And I live out here, and I live at the Shops of Legacy. I've lived out there for years, and people are great. The traffic is great. Like, just, I don't know, just a really nice area. So I enjoy it. It's kind of in the middle between everything between, uptown Dallas and Prosper. So I can go and commute pretty much anywhere, and just, I don't know, just really like it. People are really nice.
How long have you been in real estate?
21 years now. I'm a dinosaur.
Well, a lot has changed in 21 years. That's true. What originally drew you to real estate?
Well, obviously you get paid really well, and you can make your own schedule. You'd be your own boss, but that was pretty much it. I mean, at the time I was working as a bartender, and I was also, working on cars and stuff like that, and going to school. So I just wanted to do something different. I got into financial services. I had my Series 6 and 63 at the time. So
oh, nice.
I ran into a guy that was just a straight up hustler. He had a brand new S-Class, and I was a young guy, and he was younger than me. And I was like, man, like whatever he's doing, I'm going to do. And that's kind of how it took off. Like I went to all of his appointments. I went to all of his closings. I did all of his showings with him. I did everything and anything. I listened to him make calls. I just learned the business from him, and anything that dude needed, like I'd go do it. If he called me at 3:00 in the morning wanting breakfast tacos from the club, like I go get him breakfast tacos. Like, it just whatever it took. If I had to sleep in my car or sleep on his couch, like I would do it. That's how bad I wanted to win.
So you realized pretty quickly that you saw the good, what could come from the success, but you realized pretty quickly that it wasn't going to happen overnight, that it was going to take a lot of hard work.
Yeah, I mean, you're competing against a lot of people, especially here in the Dallas area. It's 66,000 licensed people so far.
Golly.
I think that's what it was.
Golly.
That's what it was
That's
like, I think
insane.
a year or two ago. But yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of people. So you have to really differentiate yourself. You have to be good at what you do, and really focus on your craft.
Well, one thing you said was, you were very coachable. It sounds like you saw where you wanted to go, and you were going to move mountains to get there. So if you're any aspiring entrepreneurs, especially in the real estate space, I hope you take notes on that, because I think that's where, and you probably agree with this, Chris, people have, aspirations, or maybe false aspirations of what it, or expectations, I should say, of what it takes to be successful in the real estate world. And not only that, but just as a business owner in general. And so I think once you realize, hey, this is going to be one of the hardest things I've ever done, but it's worth it, then that kind of reframes your mind and focuses you on, okay, let's get to the grinding. Let's get to the learning, the always challenging ourselves, always getting better at our craft and what we're doing. Vanessa, let's start with you. What brought you into I know you're kind of were you in real estate from a different perspective before you started doing the staging side of it?
Yes. Just out the gate, after I graduated college, it was 2009. I mean, the job market was just total tanked. And so I took a job as a receptionist at a Keller Williams brokerage.
Okay.
Where my mom had worked. And so I worked at that brokerage on the admin side for a couple years before making the transition to title. So I spent the majority of my real estate career in sales and marketing for a title company. So that's where I got my start before I started doing the side hustle.
What drew you not only to Plano, but also then transitioning into the home staging side of things and organizing and making those houses really, really livable and memorable for clients?
Yeah. So I am actually a Plano native. I was born in Plano. I was raised in Plano, went through the PISD school system, and I live in the neighborhood that I grew up in, a block over from my childhood home. So,
funny. Do you know the people that live in your childhood home?
My parents still live there.
Okay. Well, then, yes, you do. Okay, good.
Yes, I do. Best babysitters ever.
Amen to that.
So Plano's always been really special to me. I think I've got, childhood friends that have branched out, live in other states, other cities. But something about Plano has always just been really sticky for me. I want to be here. I want to raise my family here. I've seen this community and this city just move forward at an incredible pace. The Stonebriar Mall was constructed, when I was in middle school, and that was like the cool thing to go out to Stonebriar. I mean, there was nothing else there. So it's been quite an evolution of this community.
Jen, what about for you?
Well, we moved here because my husband's company moved to Plano in 2001, I believe. And so both my kids were born in Plano. We've been here all this time. And I originally worked for another interior designer in Plano for several years before I branched out on my own. I was new to the residential space at the time, so I worked under someone else for a while and then eventually started my own business in the area and have been doing so ever since. So
that's fantastic. And Assia, we kind of got a little bit of I know you're kind of from the area, but we know a little bit about what drew you to your profession, but just give us a little background of how you ended up. I know you're technically, you live in Frisco, you work in Plano. That's kind of, we look at them not really as competitive communities, but kind of sisters, I guess, the Frisco and Plano community. That's why we have FC Dallas on today, because we want to support our surrounding communities.
Yeah, Frisco is basically, I mean, right after Plano. Actually, when I moved out here, I came out here for college. I went to SMU, moved out here for college, and my whole family was still in Arkansas. So I grew up in Arkansas. My parents and my younger sister were still out here. I moved out here for college. And like a year later, my dad's like, why are we still in Arkansas? So he was like, no, we're leaving. So literally he called me, I think August 2nd. And by August 7th, my sister started her first day at Plano West. So we moved out to Plano. My parents moved out here. So we were in Plano for a while, actually, to the point where when we actually moved to Frisco, I still used to do everything in Plano. Like I came to the coffee shops I used to study at in Plano. We still voted at the Parr Library, which is literally now across the street from the school that I own. So it's so funny because I never saw the school, never was in the industry, never thought about it, but we voted there every single election. And then ended up, I know. So then when we moved out to Frisco, it was funny that we found Windhaven Academy. It was for sale. And I was like, wait a minute, it's only 12 minutes away from my house. So I've been a big part of Plano. I love Plano. We've been around the area since 2005. So really enjoy it. I always loved the Willow Bend Mall because it was a lot quieter than the rest of the malls, but it looks like they're trying to revamp it a little bit. So it might get a little bit more crowded coming up here, but not that I go to the mall anymore ever. Does anybody actually go to a mall anymore? Because I
go to the Galleria or North Park or maybe one of those two, but not like,
no.
It's
an online shopper unless there's an emergency. So
I like the mall. I like the mall at Christmas time, not because it is more crowded, obviously, but it's just there's that hustle and bustle of the holiday that I like, and the music and this Santa Claus. I mean, I don't go see Santa Claus, obviously, but some people's kids do. Aidan, we could have got off track there. Aidan, tell us about what drew you to the Plano Frisco community, and then into what you're doing at FC Dallas.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, for me, it really started with school. I went to UNT, so a lot of my classes, my major was sports entertainment management, so a lot of my classes were based in the Frisco campus, so I already have that familiarity there. Started my internship around the same time and noticed how many events we were doing in Plano and in Frisco, so I just, loved the community. Every time we had an event out there, it was just a great experience. Very interactive people you would meet, just, making those connections here and there. And then now transitioning to a full-time role here at FC Dallas, anytime I'm looking for an event, Plano is like one of the first places I search up, just because all the things we've done in the past have just been that amazing. And, we find a lot of retention from that area too. So people in Plano love FC Dallas, and we're going to show that love right back. So it's kind of that relationship for me.
Well, congratulations on being one of 30% of people that actually go into their major as a job. So that's good.
Yeah. Thank you.
That doesn't happen all that often. So, Lauren, hopefully your internet's cooperating a little bit better with us here. Talk to us about, obviously you're in the Plano area, been here a long time, but what drew you to the community and then the passion for not only your own travel, but obviously traveling for or helping other people experience those trips of a lifetime, if you will.
I think you may have chosen the right time to talk to me. My Wi-Fi is cooperating for about the first time on this call. So thanks for your patience, everybody. So I love just other cultures and the food, the beverages, like the language, every aspect of travel. I just really enjoy it and have been fortunate to have a lot of.
Man, talk about a cliffhanger though, right? It's so good.
I still want to know about the last story she started.
I know.
It was a good story. You have to catch up with her later. It's a really good one.
Okay. Lyndon, can you throw Lauren's information on the bottom of the screen real quick? throw Lauren's in. So everybody just call Lauren and get the rest of those stories, and she'll help you understand why she does what she does. 214-277-3650. Give her a call and say, hey, I heard you today. Finish the story for me. So before break, we'll finish with Sonya. Talk to us about, the Plano community and why you do what you do, how you got into Gaston Investments. And you kind of have a lot of different things happening at once, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I actually do. For me, me and my ex-husband, we got involved in real estate when we were living in Houston. We started investing in commercial properties. We was part owner of an apartment complex, and we were really young. And so when we moved here to the Dallas area, the owner actually let him buy us out. But later on, I decided I wanted to go back into real estate, but I also wanted to create generational wealth. I wanted to be able to leave a legacy for my kids and my grandkids. I have 10 grandbabies now. So I want to be able to provide them with that financial freedom early on in life instead of waiting, later on. And so for me, just being able to help people to be able to grow in, whether it's real estate or different areas, because now I'm expanding. I've been educating myself on expanding, investing in art as well, teaching people how to invest in art as an investment. And so there's so many different areas of investments. It's not just about real estate, even though for me, real estate, I think it's the best way to go because people are going to always need a place to live. And so you can't go wrong investing in it for yourself or, anybody else. But I love driving around, looking at homes. That's just who I am. My youngest daughter, she always thought that I was a realtor, but I never have been. I just enjoyed, doing the home showcases and stuff like that. Love the architecture. And so it just led me to be able to just want to go and help other people to be able to build that legacy of wealth through real estate and other things and other entities.
I love that. That's one of the things I like about your story, and we could all share this too, is the passion that you have for how you got where you go and where you're going. And, we've talked about this in other months, just having that strong why as to why we're doing what we're doing, where we want to go. And that allows us to see, the innovation, the creativity, because we're like, we've got to continue moving towards our goal and where we're trying to get to. So I think that's extremely, extremely important. We're going to go to break here in just about 30 seconds. Before that, we wrapped up our topic about innovation, creativity, and business, why they're so important. The difference itself in terms of leading the way in innovation and creativity, we've created the Community Difference Business Development Alliance, which is really the starting point for business development and creativity, learning how to differentiate yourself in your industry. And we utilize these podcasts, kind of a threefold measure for content creation, live on-air networking, strategies to stay top of mind. And of course, all that is going to lead to those higher SEO rankings and then the ability to find the partnerships, the relationships that the average person, the average business owner simply cannot see. And so more stuff will come out soon as we continue to launch these. We'll do some lunch and learns from our Business Development Alliance group, which is on Facebook. So stick around as more things are going to come out about how you can be involved. Join the Community Difference Business Development Alliance Facebook page, as well as your local Community Difference, Plano, Wiley, Rockwall, and Frisco groups for all the information pertinent to what we're doing here and how you can be involved. We're going to come back and wrap up. We've got our final segment, the rapid fire questionnaire. It's going to be a lot of fun, a new exciting feature today. And then we'll hear our final thoughts from all of our guests and co-hosts. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The Community Difference Plano is made possible by Nathan Smith with Enfuego Financial, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Jim Thomas, business consultant and business funding expert, Brenda Thompson with Home Smart Stars, Sonya Lowery with Gaston Investments and Development, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Assia Mahmood with Windhaven Academy, Lauren Gill with My Live Love Travel, and by Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference. And now, back to the show.
Are you ready? Rapid fire.
All right, rapid fire. Here's the rules. Okay, I'm going to ask a question. The question is, the answer should be as short and concise as humanly possible. If we feel like, and by we I mean Lyndon, our producer in the background, if we feel like you're prattling on or rambling on a little too long, we're just going to buzz you. Don't take it personal. It sounds like that, exactly. So I'm just going to throw them out there, and we'll just see what happens. Okay, here we go. And I'll just call on somebody to go first. What is one skill that you wish you had mastered by now? I'll start. Playing the guitar. Vanessa.
Cooking.
Sonya.
Ice skating.
Okay. Lauren.
Electric guitar.
Hey. Assia.
Organizing.
Okay. Hey. Aidan.
My Spanish.
Okay. Jen.
Dancing. Not a good dancer.
Chris.
Speaking Spanish.
Okay. Maybe you and Aidan can get together then.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
What is your favorite way to unwind after a long day? We'll go backwards. We'll start with you, Chris.
Ooh, exercise.
Okay. Jen.
Bath.
Wonderful. That's good. Aidan.
Just hop on the video game, play some games.
Okay. Assia.
I'd like to hide from my kids and read a book.
Lauren.
Wine plus bath plus book.
Sonya.
Wine workout.
Okay. Vanessa.
Take my dog for a walk and listen to a podcast.
For me, it's whiskey, book, or a podcast. All right. What is the most unusual job you have ever had? I'll give you guys a chance to think about it here. I'll go first. I worked for a turf building company that sprayed artificial or real grass. They built these machines. That's all. Assia.
I did marketing for a hospice agency.
Okay. Lauren.
Gosh, like I delivered food trays at the hospital. I worked in the nutrition department.
Okay. Aidan.
Probably working at a frozen yogurt store, specifically during COVID.
Okay. Oh, gosh. Sonya.
Content review analyst for Facebook.
Okay. Vanessa.
I was a cashier at Target, and they would send us out on the floor sometimes to sell, try to get people to sign up for like their red card. It was terrible.
Oh, interesting. Interesting. Jen.
I worked at Six Flags in high school at the Mexican Hat restaurant. It wasn't good.
I remember that. I remember that. Chris.
I worked at a junkyard taking parts off cars.
Okay. The great thing about this, there's so many of these questions that I want to know more to, but we simply can't. All right, last one. If you could have any superpower, what would it be and why? Vanessa.
God, duplication. I wish I could just duplicate myself.
Okay, I love that. I think everybody would agree with that. Assia?
I would like to read minds because I think it would, get rid of a lot of misunderstandings.
Sonya?
I'll clone myself.
So you and Vanessa, yeah, same thing. Okay, Lauren?
Yes.
Add extra hours in my day.
Okay, the control time. That's good. Aidan?
Probably if I could be able to teleport, go from place to place.
That would save some time. Jen?
Definitely teleportation. I need more. I need to cut down on travel time.
Chris?
Go back in time.
Okay. Give me your why. Why?
Man, you can just buy so many stocks.
He's gonna go Marty McFly from Back to the Future 2.
Exactly.
Sports betting. For me, I'm gonna actually agree with Assia. Being able to read minds just so you can know exactly what somebody needs and how to better serve and help them. All right, guys.
You may not have as many friends if you learn how to do that.
That's true. Yeah.
Or you would have more friends.
Maybe.
It depends. Selective. Well, hey, nobody got buzzed today. That's a first. That's fantastic. That was very concise. We got about 3 minutes left. We're going to do 30 seconds each, guys. If you'll give us your closing thoughts, anything that you want to share as we wrap up the show. We'll start with Chris.
Chris Bentley. You can find me on social media. Thank you for being on the show and letting me be on here. It's a great show. I just think thoughts. I mean, everything's expanding here in Texas. Anybody that's looking to relocate, definitely Plano should be at the top of the list. I just love it here.
Awesome. Vanessa.
Thank you so much for the opportunity to be here today. Special thank you to Assia. You can follow my company on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest at the Bluebird Design Co. My business partner, Kristen, and I just truly love what we do. We love helping homeowners and buyers and sellers just move forward. That's our ultimate goal, help them take the next step so that they can move on with their next adventure. And I truly love this city, and I'm grateful to be a part of it.
And organize their pantry. Isn't that a thing also?
Love to organize.
Jen.
Thank you for inviting me today, Lauren. It's been great being here, and I've enjoyed, more than 2 decades in this area serving homeowners, and I really love creating a happy, healthy home for my clients. We're people pleasers. We want to make that instant gratification, have our homeowners give us that big thumbs up and refer us to all their friends. So thanks so much for allowing me to do so for so long in this area.
Absolutely. Aidan, final thoughts.
First off, thank y'all for having me. It was awesome to get to be a part of this little panel here, get to hear everyone's insights. Secondly, just keep FC Dallas in mind. Next time you want to come out to a game, you'll probably see us around the community, especially around Plano for this upcoming year. So.
Well, we're definitely, I want to connect with you outside of this and look at some partnership opportunities, Aidan. And thank you so much for being on and coming out to meet people. That's how we got connected. That's very important. Assia, final thoughts.
So obviously I'm the owner of Windhaven Academy, childcare center in Plano. It is my heart. I call it one of my children because I love it that much, and I have put so much effort into creating it. And now I'm actually happy to say that I've launched a consulting business from there as well. And I have my own podcast that I host, all because of Windhaven and everything I've been able to learn from Windhaven. So I help other female entrepreneurs find time freedom in their businesses, because that has been something that was really important to me, having a family and growing as an entrepreneur. So now I get to do those things while having Windhaven, and it's just been a fabulous time. So I hope you guys will find me on social media, on LinkedIn, and reach out anytime. I'd love to connect with anyone who's listening to the show.
Awesome. Sonya?
I actually want to give a shout out to Chris Bentley of Bentley Fine Properties. Thank him for coming on the show today. And I just wanted to let you know how much I appreciate you and how much of an inspiration you have been for my journey into this real estate investment and development company. You were awesome when I was going through my rough patch and needed to sell my home. He did it quickly, and he did it with the most intimate, the most beautiful way ever. I mean, step by step, he worked with me, he helped me, and I am so thankful. And in any way, if you ever need anything, I am here for you. So please support him and his business as much as possible.
That's fantastic.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
Lauren, dare we try to again?
I did change location, so let's fingers crossed.
Okay.
Want to give Jen a shout out first of all. She's done all the redesigning work in my home. She's done work in my mother's home. She's got experience dealing with insurance companies and all of that. So just does a fantastic job. Amazing attention to detail, and customer service is top notch. Regarding travel, I would love to support anybody in curating that trip that you've always wanted to take. There's not an extra cost to work with a travel advisor like me. We don't charge planning fees for just your regular vacations. And so would love to help with that. And you can see my email address and cell number there to reach out. My livelovetravel.com is the website.
Awesome. Well, I'm Nathan Smith with the Enfuego Group. If you are tired of what you're doing or looking to make extra income or eventually transition out of the corporate world, would love to have a conversation with you and show you that there is hope. There is a way to live life on fire, to do what you are created to do. And we thank to all of our guests and co-hosts, everyone this month that have joined our topic about innovation and creativity. May's topic next month, we're going to talk about a digital media mindset, turning social media into service media, and we'll look at some strategies for expanding your social media presence. So you'll want to stick around. Make sure you're on 11:30s Wednesdays every week, except for Fifth Wednesdays. We take a little time off then, which there will be one in May, so that'd be awesome. It's been a pleasure, guys. Thank you so much. You'll have a blessed day. We'll see you right back here next Wednesday at 11:30.
Thank you for watching today's show.
The Community Difference Plano is made possible by Nathan Smith with Enfuego Financial, Diane Castle with Castle to Castle, connecting charities to fundraising solutions, Jim Thomas, business consultant and business funding expert, Brenda Thompson with Home Smart Stars, Sonya Lowery with Gaston Investments and Development, Tracy Duff with Assisted Living Locators, Assia Mahmood with Windhaven Academy, Lauren Gill with My Live Love Travel, and by Jacqueline Kreider with PBJ Mortgage. The Community Difference Plano. Together, we can make the difference.